Hi, hello, and welcome, kings and queens, cuties and beans, back to Final Fantasy XIV Online for Reborn. Pardon, you wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon it. You fancy yourselves heroes then? It's like in the tales. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I laboured for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here is bathed in a fruit's hellfire and lived. He is blessed with the power that protects him from primal influence. Thus was he able to lay low the Lord of Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray, be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A man who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It's true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Gomorrah on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gogaruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending one of our... Hey, gods, man! Have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gate. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, you're welcome to find your own way into tomorrow. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray, do whatever the captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the Fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. Got you. I can do it. Alright. What do you want? As to get Guruji's requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Alright. Well, we need to deal with the Nyx. Yes. Let you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way. You should know that we had an incident not long ago. The foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. It's fucking cracked to him. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Alright. Heck yeah! Alright, let's actually... I want to go do that and the event. Greetings, friend. By your dauntless bearing, I assume you're an adventurer. I'm at precisely the moment I find myself in need of adventurer's aid. Would I beg of yours? My thanks. The matter is this. I have been approached by a lady named Eorzea, who wishes to imprint her own immutable mark upon the skies above Limsa. I speak, of course, of the fireworks that illumine these rising nights. Learning of my contribution to previous year's festivities, she has enlisted me to her cause. We already have the ear of the organizing committee. However, Lady Eorzea has expressed a strong desire to consult with a storied adventurer before finalizing her proposal. Come to the Yellow Jackets guardhouse at the base of the Coral Tower and I will introduce you. Okay. Lady Eorzea, one storied adventurer as promised. Oh, her earrings! Blessings of the 12 upon you. Name's Eorzea, Cannoneer First Class with the Yellow Jackets. It's an honor to have you on board. Did I mention that it is the Yellow Jackets who are in charge of this year's festivities? Not only in decorating of these fair Leminson streets, but in designing and constructing the fireworks that brighten the skies above them. Lady Eorzea here is quite the savant in all matters, incendiary and explosive, and so it has fallen to her to formulate a plan for display's crowning glory. Me and the other lads and lassies of the Cannoneers whipped up a load of lovely little drakes, snakes and devils for the Moonfire Fair. But more of the same ain't gonna cut it for the rising. 'Cause it's all about remembering those we lost in the calamity, ain't it? Them and theirs deserve something a mite specialer than a bunch of old bangers. An admirable sentiment, I'm sure. It would not do for our ode such poignant memories to be aught less than memorable. Let us make this year's rising one that the citizens of this fair realm will not soon forget. Take the words right out of my mouth, dearie. Thing is, I haven't hardly set foot out Limsa in all my days. I don't reckon I'm the best place to know what's going on through the minds of the citizens of this fair realm. And so you would pick an adventurer's brains, one who has journeyed far and wide across the land we love, and knows it and its people intimately. Yet before we call upon your particular wisdom, mayhap it would behoove us to seek out a wider range of opinions. Many and more look to the skies come rising night, and the thoughts that run through their minds are no doubt as diverse. Let us learn them. Sounds like a plan. Mind if I join you, dearie? Could do with learning some of these thoughts myself. Right then, it's best to start asking around. Someplace a lot of outsiders gather, I reckon. About we meet in the Aether Plaza down in the lower decks. While you two are so engaged, allow me to continue our discussions with the organising committee. I shall await you by the aftcast. I like this. Alright, let's talk this again. Weird. See them lights down Orca's Alley, dearie? Decorations for the festival they are. Every year when the streets are all decked out for the rising, my heart fills with, well, all kinds of feelings. Sorrow, pride, regret. But enough about me. We came here to find out how the other folks feel about it. Let's split up, head down the alley and ask a few likely looking customers each. We're on a schedule here, so don't go asking every single soul you see. 4 or 5 should do you. I'll meet you down by the ferry docks when you're done. Got it. Alright, let's go talking. Welcome, welcome. What may I interest you in this fine morning? Information, is it? But you really must know. The whizzing and banging that fills the air this season always takes me back to a time just before the calamity struck. A great festival was held to celebrate the reformation of the Grand Companies. People in the streets were hooting and hollering, setting off fire spouts, and all the ships in the bay, now bedecked in maelstrom colours, let loose their cannons. It seems so foolish now, knowing what soon befall us. But all that noise served a purpose nonetheless, drowning out the fear that ever whispered in our ears. It is my firm belief that the rising fireworks serve the same purpose even now. They present a vision of loveliness, togetherness, that we might forget our fears and be given hope for a brighter future. Let's see. The streets are full of life, the sky is full of fire. The westerly winds fill in our seafarer's sail as they dull our hearts. I couldn't have picked a better time to come home. You a sailor too, are you? Helping with the fireworks, you say? Good on you, lad. Aye, a few memories of back then, and if you've an ear to hear 'em. I'm a merchant seaman, you see, always sailing hither and thither across the waves. I was just back from a trip to Rods and On when the calamity struck. Everyone was looking up to the sky and the loathsome lantern that hung low in it. Like most folk, I don't remember much of what happened the days before and after it fell, but I'll never forget those faces. And that's what I love so much about the fireworks. You see the same faces looking up, but this time with a smile. Reminds you not only of the bad times, but how we got over them. Can you see them too, my love? Hello. You're involved with the fireworks. You want to know what I think of them? Just now I was wondering if they could be seen from far out in the offing. You know? Probably. I see. The reason I ask is that my husband is out there now. He meant to be back by rising night, but it seems the tide didn't turn in his favour. He was so looking forward to the fireworks. I do hope that he can see them from where he is. We can share them together, no matter how far apart we might be. This is my only request to you. That you make the finale as bright and boisterous as you can. That all those who cannot be together this rising might still share in its message. Aww. Alright there, anything I can do for you? You're asking for people's thoughts on the rising fireworks. You adventurers don't have to pick up some odd jobs. Well, I'm like most people, I suppose. I think I'm of those I lost. My parents, most of all. I wonder if they're watching too. Swam up from the bottom of the ethereal sea to see what all the crashing and banging's about. It's complicated, I suppose. I feel sad they're gone, but happy I'm not. And grateful to Badron saving me and so many others. If they are watching, I hope they can see me too. See that I'm doing alright for myself. That they might sleep soundly for another 12 months. I'm not crying, you're crying. Choice. Sorry to keep you waiting, dearie. What'd you find out? Same here. Was half expecting them to just like looking at the pretty lights, but it seems the feeling runs a lot deeper than that. The memories of the calamity still sit heavy on their hearts, but the rising fireworks go some way to lifting that weight. Any ideas for the grand display? What kind of thing do you reckon might help lift the spirits the most? Something that reminds people of you might be right there. The same with folk as it is with ships. You need to know where you've come from to know where you're going. A reminder of the times past might be just the ticket. The rising ain't just about mourning those we've lost after all. It's about remembering the struggles of those who survived to steer us to a brighter future. And that's it. That's what Limsa needs to ride this rising. What are the fireworks change depending on your voice? Ships, cannons, a departure salute, not just for the fallen, but for those setting sail for unknown shores. A vision of the past and of the future. An old bleeding armada filling Gladium Bay, lighting up the very heavens. Who wouldn't want to watch that? That's settled then. Minstrel's gonna love it. He said he'd be up by the Aft Castle, right? I'll see you then. I like this. Our intrepid adventurer returns, and positively bursting with inspiration, I take it. I see. A traditional seafaring salute, not only to the memories of the fallen, but to the future, with the fortune of those who follow in their wake. A most fitting proposal, I'm sure. Thanks to both of you, but our work ain't done yet. There's a lot needs sorting out before we can put this idea into action. So much to do, so little time. If you wouldn't mind helping us a little longer, dearie, I'd be forever in your debt. Let me know when you've got your loins good and girded. Let's do it. Right then, let's get started, shall we, dearie? The plan is, we're going to line up an old fleet of ships across the bay and have them fire a broadside into the sky. But before we go about finding our fleet, we need to get the plan approved by the organising committee, and that means convincing Commodore Rayner. I'll take the lead, but I ain't exactly got the silverest tongue, nor much experience nobbling the higher-ups. If you two see me struggling, put in a word, won't you? Of course, my lady. Your cause is ours. Thank you, my dears. Together then, to the Coral Tower. Last I had the privilege of meeting with the Commodore was around the time of the Calamity. I had been arrested for conspiracy to incite rebellion. Naturally, it was all a misunderstanding. Some other scurrilous soul had been singing songs of sedition. If not for Rayner and his relentless pursuit of the truth, I might still be lingering in the brig. He's a shrewd investigator who will brook no equivocation. Tell me that. Oh, that was not a great intro to that. Wanting to make the Rising Day special, I can fathom. The sheer scale of this proposal is beyond anything I imagined. Yo-Yo, need I remind you that the first duty of the Yellow Jackets is keeping the peace. Filling the bay with ships will not only disturb the daily workings of the harbour, but is sure to foment agitation among the commons. Knowing this, do you still mean to persevere with this outlandish plan? I do, Commander. Every lamenting art, every Eorzean art, still bears the scars of the calamity. All that loss, that hardship, that struggle, it cut deep. But the Rising ain't just about looking to the past, it's about looking to the future too. And if it's our duty to watch over folk, keep them on the straight and narrow like, I reckon it's our duty to see them off on another year's journey too. Come on. Please? Well put. I accept that your intentions are pure, but what are the logistics? I trust you have a plan as to who exactly will be providing and paying for this fleet of yours. Yes, Commander. We're going to petition the Maelstrom for the flagship, and the rest of them from, Black Sails? Of course, one is wont to forget that those buccaneering souls remain bound to serve the Maelstrom in times of necessity. Lady Yo-Yo would have us parley with 3 great pirate captains and remind them of their civic duty, it seems. Aye, that's right. The pirates answered the Admiral's call back when the moon was falling. Fought and died at Cartino, same as the rest of us. When they hear about our plan to salute all those who fell, and all those who didn't, I don't doubt they'll answer the call again. I wish you all the luck in the world in recruiting those rogues to your cause. You shall need it. Very well then. Allow me to arrange the parley. Should you succeed in this feat, you may consider all of my remaining doubts answered. I love this. I'll bid you remember that you go to speak with pirates, lawless marauders all. Pray that you do not say aught to offend them, lest we find ourselves with a mutiny on our hands. I shall have the Maelstrom summon the leaders of the 3 factions to the anchor yard. Pray go there and complete your preparations. Cheers for sticking with me, lads. I hope I can count on your support in the next set of negotiations and all. Of course, my lady. Alas, I fear the captains, those Barthame scourges of the seas, will prove rather less biddable partners than Commodore Rayner did. While Rosen and the Sanguine Sirens may be swayed by emotion, Harverlane of the Kraken's arms is of a much more mercenary mind. The executioners, meanwhile, value honor and glory above all else. If there is aught that unites them, it is a zealous spirit. Let's argue with passion, and we might inflame that. If it's passion you're after, I've got that and bleeding bucket loads. But I might need you to jump in again, as my tongue decides to tie itself off itch. Just say the first thing that comes to your heads and I'll pick up after. Come on then, dearies, let's head on over to the anchor yard and get this parley started. What's this? Thanks for coming. The reason we asked you here is... Maelstrom Summons laid it out for us loud and clear. You want us to help you with the rise in fireworks. And the answer's no. When my sirens fire a broadside, it's to send our enemies to the bottom of the briny. Not to paint pretty pictures in the sky. The drylanders to gob at. We've better things to be doing with our time. It's a rare occurrence, to be sure, but I find that my opinion aligns with Rosen's. Our time is precious, as I'm sure yours is. Let us hasten to draw these discussions to a close. I shall put it bluntly, I see no profit in this endeavour for myself and my men, though unless there is anything else... You would put the Admiral and the Yellow Jackets in your debt. Debt of gratitude, perhaps, for providing the men and material for this pageantry entirely at our own expense. I saw no mention of the Krakens being compensated for our efforts in the material sense. Or am I mistaken? The sheer scale of the spectacle we propose would no doubt draw all the lords and ladies of the realm to gather in the city, personages of high renown and deep pockets. Aye, and if they saw you lot working in and with the Maelstrom, it'd do wonders for your public image. Folks who normally wouldn't catch a pirate with a barge pole be queuing up to do business with you. Yeah? I do believe you have a point. Poorly phrased though it might be. To win legitimate business, one must project the image of a legitimate businessman. But sod your image, it's sod anyone who's too lily-livered to trade with us. They can stick their barge poles up their backsides. What's in it for the sirens? You won't consider them customers. Consider them quarry. You do realise our days of pillaging every ship we see are long gone? Quarry my ass. The sanguine sirens ain't all about the pirating life, though, are you? You run an almshouses for the sick and injured, and those with child. Keep themselves busy with odd jobs, such as come their way. Ooh. Them's the hunters and the folk who were drawn to the city to see the grand display, the quarry. I see where you're going with this. Get the girls to set up stalls selling food and grog and the like, and they'd make a killing. Provide they had all the right permits from the Yellow Jackets. You're a shrewd one, you. Maybe I could lend him a hand myself. They do say the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. One of the executioners. There is no dishonour in linking arms with Admiral Melville, but the mouse from Shirley. You, Yellow Jacket, I want you to tell me one thing, and tell it true. This is Limsa Liminsa, the greatest port in all the realm. You could find this fleet of yours without our help. Yet you've come here begging for it. Why? Because I reckon you're the ones who need the rising most. The black sails only came together because of Cartino. You could have upped anchor and sailed off into the sunset. But no. You fought like demons on those cursed flats. Made heroes of yourselves and martyrs. The way I see it, it's only right that those that lost the most, and they stood to gain the least, should be the ones to fire the salute to the departed. And a salute to the departing too. Calamity changed the lives of you pirates more than anyone. If anyone should be celebrating new beginnings, it's those whose new beginnings already begun. So it's all for our own good, is it? I'm heading back to Australasia. Send word when you've hammered out the details of this display of yours. See what we can do. Aye, aye, Captain. Can't rightly say no to you now, can I? We lost a lot of good people back in Cartino. I sent them off with a bloody great bang. I'll join you on one condition. That in your reminiscence from the past, you do not make a shameful spectacle of yourself. Pray, do not force me to restrain you again. I never forced you to do nothing. You'll keep your hands off me if you want to keep them, you randy bastard. Damn. Quite fragile flower, isn't she? Well then, I bid you adieu. My ships will not ready themselves. I love that. And breathe. Oh, I was so nervous I could hardly speak. Thanks so much for chipping in when you did. Could have never gotten that. Could have never got one on our side without you. Right then. Time to put the finishing touches to this plan of mine. It's gonna be wonderful, I just know it. Oh, and about your reward. Giving it to the minstrel. You can grab it from him. The new beginnings, lad. And may the navigator's breath never fill your sails. You did a great service, my friend. Both for Lady Oyoyo and for all those who love the Rising. Myself included. For that, I shall be ever grateful. I expect it shall be some hours before preparations for the grand finale are complete. Mayhap we could wait together. While we wait, would you care to hear a verse that has lately come to me? It is a song of celebration, of encouragement, for all those who sail for unknown shores. Pray, lend me your ears. Greetings, warrior of light. Who? This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. Dude, is that Yoshi P? Oh my god. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Naoki Yoshida, and I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. The road we have walked has been long and winding, full of perils and pitfalls, but we have enjoyed every step in your company. We hope that you feel the same about this last great leap. With every adventure we undertake, the longer the legacy we leave behind us. Yet a lengthy history need not mean a foreshortened future. Many adventures yet await. We shall continue to chart a course into the great unknown, one that takes in all the diverse wonders this wide world has to offer, that your legacy might grow ever greater. To be certain, it would be a less trying task to sleepwalk ever onward down the same well-furrowed path, yet to venture down paths untrodden, believing in the bright, glorious future that lies beyond them, is by far more rewarding. This is the gift that we wish to deliver unto you, the gift of adventure. And we pray with all our hearts that you will continue to walk with us. We thank you for joining us on this journey, heretofore and hereafter. Now, time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. One cannot know what fills the hearts and minds of those who look to the sky this rising night. Perhaps you and I will see very different images in those explosions of light and color. But one thing I know for certain, that right here, right now, We look to the same sky. And though the paths that lay ahead of us may lead in very different directions, sometime, someplace, they shall cross again. It's almost time for the display to begin. The consummation not only of our labours, but of the thoughts and prayers of the people of this fair city. A salute for the departed, and for those who set sail into unknown waters. Many adventures yet await you, my friend. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. From eastern sea to eastern sky, the sacred sun ascends, and voices stir of wind of waves, of ropes of sails of friends, who like the golden light of dawn that streams across the sea, that sunlit sail for foreign lands, may fortune follow thee. Her journey done, so sinks the sun below the western waves, and memories stir of friends of yore asleep in watery graves. Let not our voices, raised in song, disturb your endless sleep, but join us in our chorus, and you dream among the deep. An excerpt from an ancient mariner's song, a prayer for the safe return of those who sail over the far horizon, and for the peace of those who sleep beneath those same eternal waves. It concludes with a wish that the voices of those whose spirits are stirred in anticipation of new adventure reach the ears of those whose adventures ended too soon. They might be united as one. A fitting sentiment for those rising, I think. And so I offer you my own heartfelt wish, that even should your adventures carry you beyond the far-flung horizon of this wide world, we should meet once more in a 12 months' time, and look up to the same sky together. These aren't tears in my eyes, they got an eyelash in my eyeball. It's fine. Hear footsteps approaching, you turn and see the Admiral herself. Ran, this is a coincidence. Rene was just telling me of the role you played in putting the display together. I'm sure all those who gathered in my city to witness it were as moved as I. A salute to all those who set sail for new adventures. It shall surely resound in their hearts and give them strength and courage in the year to come. And a salute to the fallen too, was it not? Many and more lost their lives on the fields of Cartano. The men and women of the Black Sails chief among them. I thank you for giving those who survived them this chance to put their grief to more productive ends. I thank you for giving this celebration an unmistakable touch of salt too. This year's rising was not merely in Limsa Liminsa, but of her. I look forward to seeing how future host cities follow our example. But for now, let us focus on the present. I'm sure I have kept you from your business far too long already, and I must return to mine. I must offer my prayer to Lynn Lane and be on my way. Fare you well, Ren. I wish you safe voyages for the year to come. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. I love Melvin. It's good to see you return, Ren, and more seasoned still from your time in the world. Call me a spoony bard, but as a man in the winter of his years, it gives me great joy to observe an adventurer in the spring of his. This is an odd time for recollection, but it was a spring day when a bard first came to my hometown. He played the most sorrowful chords, even as his words tantalized the ear like the breath of one's first love. Many a maiden's heart was stolen during his visit, and doubtless more besides. Ren, would you believe that common bards too were born of archers? This may seem far-fetched upon first hearing, but it isn't so far a stretch. Ask yourself this: what becomes of soldiers when conflict gives way to peacetime? Some have lived lives they might return to, aye, but most must needs take up a new trade to make ends meet. Well, it so happened that many who have once bent the bow took to strumming the harp. They wandered the realm, singing passionately and earnestly of war, as seen through their own eyes, of sweet victories and bitter defeats, of sacrifice and cowardice. Their songs so captured the imagination of the people. Nary a day passed that a bard was not called to perform, be it in a humble tavern or some great old hall. Alas, their popularity proved their downfall. Intoxicated by the attentions of the masses, the bards took to embellishing their songs in a bid to outdo one another. And over time, each song was shorn of verity, till the bard's repertoire contained not one shred of truth. By now you will know that such songs have no purchase upon men's hearts. Certainly a bawdy tune may set off fits of laughter in a sailor, and a sorrowful ballad summon tears from the eyes of a soft-hearted maiden. Yet these are but pale shadows of what songs can achieve. For a blessing, this decline might not escape the notice of the Mughals. As great patrons of the arts, they feared the true power of song might be lost to mankind. So it was that they labored to gather and safeguard those crystals known as souls of the bard, that they might be bestowed upon worthy men and women. Now, well as I know you relish listening to my sermons, I dare say it's past time we moved on to the practical side of the lesson. I know I have mentioned this previously, but tell me, are you perchance familiar with the Ballad of the Vainglorious Fool? I don't think so. Nay? Well, that won't do at all. We must remedy this post-haste. The song recounts the massacre of Griffin Crossing, a battle that took place decades past, wherein countless Gridonian lives came to a premature end. But do forgive me, I seem to have mistaken the proper order of things. Before I begin, I must be convinced that the point of the tale will not be lost upon you. Elsewise, I will have wasted my breath in the telling of it. Now, heed well these instructions. You must make your way to Welwick Wood, where resides a mated pair of old goats that have but recently lost a kid. The pair has been driven mad with grief, and only death will put an end to their uncontrolled rampages. Linger in their territory until you encounter the beasts, then let fly your arrows of mercy. As you liberate them from their sorrow, so too shall your soul resonate with the echoes of poignant melody. Okay. Welcome back, Ren. I can almost hear the cries of mourning that have feared themselves into your soul. That you remain unbowed by such anguish is a testament to your spirit's fortitude. Yet even as your heart swells to contain these new experiences, you must not neglect your skills with the bow. A resilient heart must needs have a robust body in which to beat. Once you have trained both to equal strength, then shall I perform for you the ballad of Inglorious Fool. Okay. I got my first song. I think. Yeah. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future. Master Kikuruji wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Kikuruji desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Ren, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landonel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Well, that was a little... You require assistance, adventurer. So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Ren. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantinoid. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. When I help you get it, you amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Alright. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Detto here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen. With no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little trade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heaven splitter. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in the nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Ren. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Jesus! Wow! I'm back. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end. Yep, I got the egg. Such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Urdnun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, run. Hello. Like your business adventure. So this is the one Wisecats sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you. And until I do, you'll receive no aid from me. Well, that's a little rude. Persistent bug, eh? Very well. Let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that. And you did manage to obtain that Adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Noon I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Noon. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient and cunning and pragmatic. That is why I claim my position, and is why I still hold it. It's why I will not help an unproven well. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert in the east lies an Eorzea encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned for both his strength and his guile. To even face this Eorzea battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I would offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring to me his necklace. Alright. Good day. Nice. Ooh, burning all over my name. himself now. Now let us lie in wait. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Yep. It was a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear. It belongs to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see it for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impressed me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. No point in dwelling on what cannot be. You have a well-whipped worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes. The well-whipped worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch a quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. The worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sigoli. Freshly slaughtered Ango carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location where well-whipped worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Got it. Heck yeah. You look well. Have you got your quarry then? Yes. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, friend. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Wisecap. Don't worry. Worry not. You have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Wisecap's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to inform me. Alright. The captain was always fond of his brandy wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his right to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. My scout was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that it's still the case now. Please give him my regards, friend. I got you. Well, Metran, Lantanel and Udnu both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Well, I got Brandy for you. Oh, my favourite. I should have to thank the Nin personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenal this time to obtain it. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflock's Courtmaster wished to bring it to Del Solar South. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at the Longstop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. Told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. So I would like nothing more than to aid her myself. I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls docks and speak with Oznazun. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully where Brayflock and their people made their home. Don't venture up. Something happened over at Gobi Settlement. I don't know why he's so eager to help a bunch of policemen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. He'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. That's a little rude. Why wouldn't we go home? Alright.
I'm glad to avoid that. The reaching ears of Breaklock. Lander is come to tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? West prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Blighty Beach traced gobby flock from homes. Gobby flock needs goodly Uplander, gives safety to Longstop with much hand blending.
I love them so much. So, where's Box's Longstop?
Oh, that's a big boy.
Nice. Went smooth. Heck yeah, I got an achievement. What is that one? Nice.
Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty thing. Rayflock's happy gives tasty fresh Gobby treats to clever Uplander. Cheese is stinky sweet Gobby treat. Special make with secret Gobby hearts. No party complete without Gobby Gouda. Brayflocks ever say.
I love her. Alright. That is where we'll end it this time. Thank you to everyone that came and hung out. I truly hope you had fun. Leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you want to see me play next. See you next time.